I say this. If it just comes to talking, of course I think I'm better than Kai, right? Like if just talking like and being entertaining. Kai puts way more effort than I've ever thought to put in live streaming. Like Kai rented, like, if you don't know about a streamathon, I'll give you some of the details I allegedly heard, or I heard really. Kai spent $200,000 for a month in a LA mansion, spent another $150,000 on production for the entire month. $150,000 or maybe another $200,000. I forgot what the cost is. Spent that amount for production. Every room, everybody hooked up with wireless mic sound, amazing shit, producers, camera operators, like super top tier technical shit. Spending $500,000 to stream for a month straight and streaming for a month straight, even showing when you're taking a shower on stream, bro, that's a different level. Like, bro, that nigga's on a different level. Like, that's, like, yeah, I come on here and I try to be as entertaining as I could be, telling jokes, giving stories, giving my takes. But that is, like, a different fucking level. We gotta, that's hats off. You see that shit, you're like, yo, wow. The nigga made a whole reality show out of streaming. That's some Kanye shit, obviously, if we're comparing Kanye to some streamer shit. Right? Oh, everybody's coming on here entertaining. One nigga just makes a whole reality show out of it. Oh, that's like Kanye shit. What the fuck? Anyway. Yeah, no, he's really good. All right. Cool. I think we kind of wrapped that up. We should probably, let's get into some shit, man, because we hot with it today, bro. We are hot, bro. We are hot today with it. Okay, y'all tell me what y'all want me to talk about. So Charleston and Fresh and Fit fell out supposedly. y'all let me know if y'all want me to react to that. Actually, no. Y'all ready to talk? Let's talk about snitching for a little bit. Y'all talk about snitching? Let's talk about snitching. Let's talk about snitching first. And before we get to Meg, we gotta talk about this, okay? So, it's interesting when I keep saying when people are talking about like cooperating things like that, it's very selective. It's very subjective too. Everybody who doesn't like snitches doesn't like the snitches that other people don't like. They don't like the people who might be seen as cooperating that is in their camp, their friends. They're not speaking out about those people like how they speak about the random stranger. Now, this is not a 6ix9ine defense at all. This is just the reality of the situation, right? If Troy Ave takes the stand, everybody's up in arms. 6ix9ine takes a stand, everybody up in arms. Somebody else write a statement, write to a judge. We ain't see that. Oh, well, let's blame it on the lawyer. It's super different. Now, let me show something and post something that I think you all should have known, right? What this is an appellate court filing. If you guys don't know, Rondo NUMBA9, I'm used to covering him in Chirac. He was ultimately convicted of a crime with Cdai. So Rondo NUMBA9 and Cdai allegedly killed a cab driver. This is a appeal from Rondo NUMBA9. And I'm going to read you some very important things about it because I want to know and this is some people say, yo, Ak, why sometimes you be having fun while pointing out some of these things? Because I've always said the streets don't make sense. It picks and chooses, and there's no real code to the streets. The code to the streets is to be hypocritical. Rules for them, not rules for you. Rules for that gang, but not rules for your gang. Let's get into it. So it says the people of the state of Illinois and the plaintiff, the appellee, versus Clint Massey. Clint Massey is Rondo NUMBA9. Okay, we're going to go down to some of the arguments that was made. Okay, here we go. Opinion. Clint Massey and his co-defendant Courtney Ely, this is Cdai, were convicted of murder in the shooting death of Javon Boyd. The state's evidence showed that Boyd, a private taxi driver, was waiting for fare when Massey and Ely approached the taxi and shot Boyd. Although there was conflicting evidence as who did the shooting. On appeal, this is what he's arguing on appeal. Massey's arguing that his counsel, so Rondo NUMBA9 is arguing that his counsel, which is his lawyers, was ineffective, so did not do a good job for not more vigorously pursuing a defense theory that Cdai was the sole shooter. Was that? if you appeal by saying, I think I deserve a new trial because my lawyer didn't blame my co-defendant enough, what do you think? This is what I always tell people. The conversation of snitching will end all street rap. Remember I told you that. Because all of these niggas have cases and all these niggas don't want to be in jail. According to what snitching and the thugs of, or the gangsters or whatever, say snitching is, or what you should do, you could only lose. Now, this is normal if you're a civilian. If you're a civilian, this isn't snitching. You're creating reasonable doubt. This isn't snitching. This would be like, well, my lawyer didn't create enough reasonable doubt by saying, I ain't shoot him, maybe the other guy shoot him. For a civilian, reasonable doubt. For a gangster, this is truth-telling. Why are you bringing up another man's name? That's what the streets and the idiots tell us. So we're going to go off of what they say. On appeal, Massey, which is Rondo number 9, accuses or argues that his lawyer was ineffective for not more rigorously pursuing the defense theory that Cdai was the only shooter. The court trial erred in allowing hearsay regarding what Massey was wearing the night of the murder, and a mistrial should have been granted because the victim's family made an outburst during trial. Prior to the trial ended, the court erred when it conducted a material witness without notice to Massey. We declined to adjudicate Massey's last contention since it relies on matters outside the record, blah, 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 fight no, whatever. Now, this is the background. It's going to talk about the allegations, okay? They're going to say, and let me get more into some Ely shit. So Ely is Cdai. They're saying both Herbert and Johns, these are witnesses shooting. Herbert saw Massey and Ely open Boyd's passenger side door and then saw Massey firing the gun. She heard 5 or 4 gunshots, after which Massey and Ely returned to the red car and drove away. So the witnesses saw that Rondo number 9 did the shooting, okay? But they want him to get out of the sentence and conviction by saying, well, was it really Rondo number 9? Maybe the other guy shot him. It's probably the guy he was with. They're not even arguing that Rondo wasn't there. They're saying like, let's assume he was there. All right, we're going to go with that one. But how you know he shot him, though? At trial, they say they didn't see the actual gun, blah, blah, blah. But in a prior statement to detectives, Johns identified Cdai as the shooter. After the shooting, D. Rose ran back to the car and got inside and said, shit, he's dead. Massey and Ely ran back to one of the other vehicles, and all 3 vehicles drove away. As they left, Johns could see Boyd's slumped over in his car. It was captured on surveillance footage. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Yeah. Back to this analysis. So they're analyzing what happened in court. Rondo number 9 is arguing that his trial counsel, which is his trial attorneys, was ineffective for not vigorously pursuing a defense theory that Cdai was a sole shooter. Right? Let's talk about that. Right here. They argue they should have pursued that Cdai was the sole shooter and that Massey was not accountable for Cdai's action. Basically saying, my lawyer should have said, that nigga did it, and I ain't know he was going to do nothing, and I'm not responsible. More specifically, Massey argues that the counsel should have, 1, moved to sever trial. So basically to say, we're not co-defendants, I want separate trial. Objected to the omission of hearsay statements from Ely. Oh, what does that sound like, people? There was statements from Ely, which is Cdai, that they believe incriminated Rondo. So they said that Rondo's team should have objected to it. And they should have argued in closing that Ely was the sole shooter and objected to Ely's closing argument that Ely wasn't the sole shooter. To establish an effective assistance of counsel, the defendant must prove that counsel's performance was objectively unreasonable, and for counsel's errors, the outcome of the proceeding would have been different. They cite a couple of cases basically saying that, if Rondo #9 isn't the shooter, he shouldn't be found guilty, and shit, if he was just on for the ride and he didn't know what was going on, he's not guilty of those charges that he got, which would be first-degree murder. By the way, Rondo #9 has life. A defense decision to seek a severance is generally considered trial strategy. Moreover, it's well established that defendants jointly indicted are to be jointly tried unless fairness to one defendant requires a separate trial to avoid prejudice. Why does he want the trials to be separate? Because he's saying, that nigga did it. I didn't do it. Is this just a legal maneuvering? Or is this truth telling? You let me know.